Welcome to book 3 discussion of Slashing Through the Snow, book 3 in the Christmas Tree Farm series by Jacqueline Frost, aka Julianne Lindsay. So, what you're hearing is not Darth Vader. It is Cairo. Oh, sorry, buddy. So how's everybody doing? Storm, how you doing tonight? I'm sorry, buddy. I keep.
I'm doing pretty good.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I'm excited. I got to where I wanted to get in it. So now if I read anything else for this month, it's just bonus. So
Oh, well, that's good.
that's what I've been working on today.
Okay.
So I was like, that way I can kind of concentrate on us. I have all these videos I'm trying to put out, and I'm like, I need to get this thing, and this thing done so that I don't have to worry about it. And so it is out of the way for my reading for this month and everything. So, like, hey.
Gotcha. I am reading. What am I reading? The Pagan Rose Stirrup Trouble and
Oh, is that that?
Railroad for Murder.
Yeah.
What's that?
That was a spinoff, the Pagan Rose or whatever. Yeah.
It's a spinoff of the Melanie Travis series, yeah. So which I haven't read. But
I got my gigantic October TBR put up today too.
Awesome. Yeah, I have to finish editing the October part 1 releases, and that'll go up tonight. It'll air tomorrow. So that's the plan. We are all here for the Christmas Tree Farm. Got my little boy.
I know. I need a Christmas.
I even pulled out a Christmas shirt. I don't know if you can tell, but it's the Rockettes. They're in a Christmas tree because I went and saw the Radio
I
City.
thought of it. I should have put my Grinch shirt on.
You can put your Grinch shirt on if you want to. So, I did. Were you able to reread that?
Yeah,
I did too.
I finished it yesterday.
Yeah, I did too. I am shocked at how much I'm liking it as much the second time around.
Yeah.
I'm liking it just as much the second time around. I gave this one 5 stars or 5 cups of coffee, 5 gingerbreads.
And I remember, I shocked myself at how much I kind of remembered. Like, I even remembered who the killer was, which I usually don't. And I was pretty sure, like, when that person was, like, introduced, I was like, oh, wait, I think I know. It's like, because a lot of times I don't remember that. But this one is a little bit more, I think, fresh in my mind since it was one of the newer ones. And so, like, the first 2 where I haven't read them in a while. So.
Let's start with the rating. I get, like I said, I gave
5 stars.
What, 5? Yeah. What did everybody in the comments rate it? How did you read it? And is it a reread for you? Like me, the first time I read it, I think I did ebook. This time I did audio, but I feel like I definitely ebooked the first book the first time. And I read the second book, but I don't remember how I did this one the first, if that makes sense. I can't remember if I did it on ebook or if I did it on audio, but I did the audio this time. I love the audio of these books.
Yes.
I think it's fantastic. And, you can't always say that. So how did everybody read it? Is it a reread? And what did you think? Or what did you rate it?
The first time I had an e-arc, so I read it that way. And so this time I got to listen to it. And yeah, I do like the narrators. A lot of fun. And I like that the narrator can do like the Boston accents a little bit. And,
yes. And does it pretty well. I mean,
yeah.
I'm like, considering sometimes,
yeah,
narrators just
sometimes when they try to do other voices and things like that, they don't get it very well. And it's like, I would prefer you just to do one voice and just do the whole thing and not even attempt to try
100%
than to mess them up really badly.
100%, especially if it's somebody trying to do a voice that is outside their realm. And I mean, not just good at, but like, so maybe like a man trying to sound like a woman and it's so high pitched. But it sounds weird. It almost sounds creepy. I'm like, okay, you don't sound like what we want her to sound like. You just sound like a creepy serial killer. Please stop. I need you to stop. I don't.
It's
keeps
like
me on the
it's like
story. Focus on the
the
story.
ladies who try to go really low and try to eat
And
you.
it's the same. It's the same. It's just not as creepy necessarily, but it's the same. Oh, okay. So we got some people. Let's jump into some comments because I see. Hey, Cajun. She says, evening, everyone. I listened to the audiobook this time. Read with my eyes last year. Still 5 stars. This series just makes me feel relaxed, happy, and cozy. Yes. Yes. This series, I 100% agree. It is like just so quintessential cozy. Everything about it is like dipped in coziness or something, or whimsy, so to speak. I
I think the
absolutely.
second time around, I paid a little bit more attention to certain things that don't think I really paid that much attention to the first go around too.
I think the things that I paid attention to the most, and I think that part of it was because I've watched the Julianne Lindsay lives of the rereads, and all of the stuff about Cookie with Theodore. I mean, I knew, but like it was that she said something this time in this book, and I was dying. Oh, she was talking about him having an eye infection. And what did she say?
Well, I didn't I don't know if that was the part where Holly says, "Well, tell Theodore I hope he gets better," and she said she will, but Theodore doesn't like to be fussed about.
That's it. That's it. She's like that. That's exactly it. He had the eye infection, and that's yep. And I mean, it was just so funny. And the goat calendar thing, the goat for all seasons, is absolutely brilliant.
I mean, Julianne Lindsay really needs to make a goat calendar. She just needs to.
I would totally get a Theodore goat calendar. I'm just saying. I don't know. I feel like that needs to be a thing. Hey, Regina. Good evening. Can't wait to talk about the third book. Literally caused me to lose sleep. Oh my gosh. It's so good. I listened to it too. Excellent narrator. My second time listening to it was, just as enjoyable. 5 stars for me as well. Yes, Cav. It's, if I like a book, I'm probably going to enjoy it the second time. Don't get me wrong. But like a lot of times it feels like I've read it before because it's a reread. But this one, even though I'd read it before, I guess because of all the whimsy it brings and the magic it feels, it just, I don't know. I just really enjoyed it just as much. Hi, everyone. I just finished this yesterday on audio and I gave it 5 stars. Yes, Jen.
And I think a lot of it is people think that if I've read a mystery and I know how it ends, I can never reread that or whatever it is. But I'm finding that I don't remember quite as much as I think I would. So it's kind of like I can reread some of my favorites now, and I don't have to worry about, because like some of my favorite historical mysteries or whatever. It's like, well, I'm on book 8. I can't ever go back to book 1 or whatever. Well, I can because I probably won't remember half of what happened in book 1 now that I've gotten to book 8, and so that's kind of what it reminds me of. It's like you can reread mysteries. I mean, not like in the same year or whatever, but you can still do it and enjoy them, I think.
Hey, Sharon. It's good to see you. Tiffany, how are you liking Peg and Rose? I can't decide if it's something I want to try or not. So I really loved the first one. I gave it 4 stars. This one's probably going to be 3.5. The only reason I'm not as much into this one, and I'm still enjoying it, is because what I liked about the first one was they were playing bridge at a community center. And so you got to meet all of the seniors of the community center and that whole dynamic between all of them. And that's what I really wanted. And so this one, there's something completely different going on. But I was hoping that they would be at the community center again, just doing something different. It would be like how there's always something in the Sophie Kimball where it revolves around the Sun City West crew, but it's a different thing each time. I was hoping that it would be the community center again, all those characters and those dynamics, because it was so fun to see them like in that big group of seniors, and there's cattiness and they're griping about each other. And I thought that was really, really fun. So this one doesn't have that. Still very good. I mean, I'm still really enjoying it, but that's my take on it. Hey, Angela. I really enjoyed this series, but sadly, I think this was my least favorite, probably 3.5 stars. Gotcha. What made it your least favorite? Or, if you can identify it. I'm going to ask a question in a minute. Didn't read this yet, but wanted to show support. Oh, thank you, Kay. And Book the Light, currently listening to Miss Frost Cracks a Caper by Kristen Painter, a cute series combine Christmas and Halloween.
Oh, well, that's cool.
That's awesome.
I've heard a lot about Kristen Painter, but I've never tried her books.
That's awesome. And thank you for coming. That's very sweet of you. Very, very sweet. Hey, Lou. Merry Christmas.
You got the wrong person. You said Lou.
Oh,
that was not.
Hey, Alicia. Merry Christmas.
Lou was beneath her, I guess.
I know. I read the. Yes. Yes. Hey, y'all. This was a first time read for me. How did you like it, Lou? Oh, I hoped you loved it. And did you do ebook, audiobook, or physical? Alicia said, first time read, audio. I enjoyed 4 stars. Yay. I didn't remember who the killer was the second time around. I suspected the same person as the last time, too. I think I suspected the same person as the last time as well, and I was wrong. I pre-ordered the audiobook for book 4.
Yay.
That's amazing. Listened on audio. I really like the narrator. This is my first time with the whole series. Excellent. Oh, Regina gave it 5 big stars for me. And I read the book. Excellent. Good evening, everyone. Hi, Kevin. This was my first time reading this one. I have the next one on ebook from NetGalley. Excellent. I really liked it. It was a solid 3 stars read for me. I think the first book is better. I was slightly annoyed with the best friend thing. Okay, gotcha. So the inn is open. And in this one, there is a so the inn has just opened. So they had been working on opening this inn on the Christmas tree farm. And Holly is moved into that. And Libby, her boyfriend's sister, she moves into where Holly was. And a critic comes to stay at the end to do a piece at a review of her stay there, and she was pretty nasty from the start. So it was pretty looking, like the writing on the wall that she was going to be the victim, right? I don't think anybody had qualms about who the victim was going to be.
I remember even the first go around when I read this, when Cookie spouted off that stuff that she said, I was like, no, Cookie, don't do that.
Yes. So unfortunately, Cookie kind of spouts about somebody should hit her on the head or, whatever. And of course, was it Karen?
Karen? That was the bad guy, or the victim. Yeah.
She gets cracked with a nutcracker. She gets cracked with a nutcracker. No pun intended. Well, okay, maybe the pun was a little intended, but you know what I mean. Okay. And so of course, Cookie, of all people, Cookie is our number one suspect. Even I was like, okay, Evan, I get you have to follow the evidence, but for goodness sakes, it's Cookie. Let her go home to her goat.
But I think he felt really bad. That's why he let him spring her for Christmas or whatever it was and stuff. He come in there and he let her sit in his office whenever he was there. So
yes. So it was definitely more how I was saying if Dixie would have been in Sweetbriar jail, what it would have looked like. That's what I was thinking it would have looked like as opposed to.
It would have,
But yes. But I know he's got a job to do. I totally get that. And I think you should follow the rule of, the law and all that. I get it. But I was like, she has a goat that she talks to like a person. And I mean, I don't think
At
anybody.
least Holly's dad was taking good care of the goat. So.
I know. I'm just saying, suspect wise.
Yeah.
I think Cookie might be one of my favorite side characters.
No, I love Cookie.
I guess maybe I just forget about her, but like whenever I read one of these, she's hilarious with her accents. She's hilarious with her things
when
about
she was trying to be go in disguises, that cracked me up.
yes, her little quips about Theodore. Even like she says something in one of the books. In the book that Caroline is a suspect because she went on a date with the victim. I don't remember which book it was. Well, it had to have been book 2 or book 1. Well, it had to have been book 2.
Book 2, because she was
yeah.
A
So she, and Caroline says something about him, and she said, and I think it was she's talking about the victim. She's like, oh, he's not that bad. He's like and Cookie's like stalker. The word you're looking for is stalker or something like that. And she just has these these quips that I just think she really might be one of my favorites.
Oh yeah, that was where the little guy that never appeared again, and Julianne Lindsay said she's going to have to make him appear again. I can't remember what his name was.
Oh,
he said he was a stalker. Because she says, "Oh, he's not that bad." And
I couldn't remember who she. I couldn't remember she was talking about the victim, but yeah, she was. What was his name? She said now that she knows she got to extend the series, she might have to bring him back because she said people wrote to her and was like,
"Where'd he go?" Well, like one of the things that I don't think I thought about last time with this one was the fact that in the second book, it's Samantha, right? I think, or something like that. The wine lady,
the ninja lady.
Yeah, the wine lady. Yeah. Okay, like she was so crazy in book 2, but now they're friends in book 3, and I was like, hey, I remember she was the crazy lady in the second book, but now they're friends because you've read them like so closer together. I can remember.
And at the end of the second book, when Libby and Holly go in to talk to her after the ninja star thing, she kind of calms down, and you can tell that she and her are going to be friends, I think. And I really like that they've became friends. I like that she's had that growth.
And I think it helps Holly to coming home and having a couple of good girlfriends or whatever from, all the stuff that had happened. And she had to come back home and lick her wounds and, help her parents out with the place and to have a couple of good friends.
And it's really interesting because like her 2 closest friends besides Libby, so Libby would be like the third, but like her 2 closest friends were people that started out as people she didn't care for, because Caroline, when they were in high school, they didn't like each other, and now they're very good friends. And it just shows that, we're not the same people we were when we're 15, 16, 17 years old. And I like that they've had that growth. It's over the top in the best way. Yes, it is over the top, but in the best way. Well said, Cajun. I want a goat calendar, or one with all the pets from all her series. Lou, Clyde, Theodore, the kittens from Cider Shop Rules. Now that would be a great idea. I keep picturing Theodore reclining in an easy chair, wearing a smoking jacket. While Cookie feeds him bonbons as she discusses her day. Oh my gosh.
Now see, there's a picture right there for the calendar.
Right? He has a little hat on that has the oh my goodness. That's amazing, Cav. Love the innovative murder victim reveals in this series. So imaginative. I mean, that is a very good point. And I think that book 2 has my favorite reveal of any cozy mystery that I've ever read. Where, he's in the big candy thing and the mint ball. Oh my gosh. And this one, all 3 of these, you are right, have had amazing amazing reveals. And I don't know if you've heard anything about book 4 that's coming out in October, but there's a ballerina, and I'm thinking that they're going to have a. I'm just saying. I don't know much more about it.
I think I'm gonna have to start that one soon so that I can get ahead of the game, or I might not. Do we need to have it done by the time we talk about it, or do your like little party?
I don't think we're gonna. I don't know if we'll talk about it. We can discuss what everybody wants to do. I don't know. So it
doesn't come out till
Julianne,
the 24th.
It comes out the 17th.
There's the 17th,
and we're gonna do it on the 25th. I don't remember what day of the week that is, but that's the day that Julianne could join us. It's either a Wednesday or a Thursday. I don't remember.
Yeah, I was gonna say, so it's not a lot of time for people that don't have this.
So I thought we just might do like a yay release party, yay murder party, reindeer games. I have some ideas for some like virtual Christmas game word kind of games. I know we did a little of it before, but I have some other ideas. And just something like that, and then have her answer questions about the series. Just kind of do a little celebration.
The 25th, right?
The 25th.
It's a Wednesday. Okay.
Wednesday, okay. Because I just kind of let her. I gave her Wednesday or Thursday when I sent months ago. I sent for she came on the first live, and then I sent the email at the same time for the 4th live, and I just said Wednesday or Thursday. At the time we didn't have sprints on Wednesdays, so I'll have to let Sarah know, but and then she had just emailed me and said that the 25th worked for her, so we can try to discuss it, but I don't want to ruin it for anybody, and I don't know if that's really enough time for everybody.
Yeah, that's why I
definitely have read it by then, because I'm obviously like so excited to read it. But I totally understand that people might not have the time. So maybe we'll just stick to like the games and just a little bit of a party type thing. I have the physical book, but listen to audio as I read. Nice. These books are just a fun ride. I think every book just gets better. Julianne Lindsay is an amazing writer. I agree. I think that they get better. I think it's so funny that you really do see a little bit of her suspense writing come out in the reveal scenes when like the murderer is confronted. It's always a little bit more intense than the average cozy. At least to me, it is.
It is.
So I think that's funny.
She always gets herself in a bit of a bind, even if she doesn't mean to. Like this time, she was just going back to her place to get some stuff to fix jewelry or whatever. She wasn't meaning to get into any trouble. And it's a good thing that Cookie was out with Theodore.
I mean, goodness. Cajun says, agree, Regina. I also love that she cracks herself up with her own storytelling, which she does her read-along shows. She really does. I love that too. Cookie is the best secondary in a cozy mystery. She's a hoot. I mean, seriously, she really is one of my favorite side characters. And whenever I get look at tags or think about side characters, I always think of, I don't know. I just, it never pops in my head, but when I read one of the books, I'm like, she's one of my favorite side characters. Absolutely.
When I do a tag, I always feel like I'm put on the spot and I can never think of it.
Oh, absolutely.
Or you just come up with your basic one because it's like a favorite series that you have in your head, and it's like, but there's so many other like really great side characters. And
I forgot to show my mug. I wanted it. Okay, so I'm all like Christmas, but then this was a fall. I pulled it out. It says, "Oh my gourd, it's fall."
I was telling her earlier it might be fall, but it didn't feel like it much today. It was pretty hot.
Well, I feel you, Storm. It never feels like fall here either. I agree. Hey, gamers. Hello, everybody. I agree at Cav. I do love Cookie. Yes. I think Cookie needs a man. Would Theodore approve? You know what? I think Theodore's the type of goat that would be okay with Cookie finding love again. I think he's that kind of goat. She always says that whatever she answers, she's always said he's not that kind of goat, or he is that kind of goat, or whatever. So I thought I'd answer that way for her. Because it has to be said when this series is being discussed, he's not that kind of goat. See?
Yeah.
See? That's what I'm saying.
That was a perfect one to be right next for you to read after you just
Right? Love the nod to the second book when Cookie talks about 'Twas a Night Before Christmas being a book club pick that she tells Holly, you'd love the sheriff, brilliant and funny. Yes. Yes. Especially that you'd love the sheriff. I thought that was,
yeah.
Cav, I totally agree. I love that Karen was a true Karen and that her last name was Moody. She definitely was a brat. Yeah. Yeah, she just was hateful and well, like most of the murder victims.
She was hateful, but I mean that Meg character was a little hateful too. So.
True. I'm not one for cold weather, but I'd brave the cold to attend the annual ball her parents hold as a fundraiser just so I could dress up.
Yeah.
I think the annual ball would be amazing. Absolutely. I don't know what I would wear. Maybe I could borrow something from you, but I think that the annual ball would be pretty.
I want to go on a sleigh ride as long as I don't find any, bad things happen by this.
Yes. Oh, I thought it was really you said the sleigh ride. It made me think of when Karen was complaining, she was like, I had to wait on turn down service, and then you get the explanation that she had to like go at midnight to turn down, but then and she's like, and might something about her food being cold or something. So Holly's like, well, I'll arrange a sleigh from the end of the restaurant. I'm like, are you kidding? You're going to take this lady by sleigh every time she to and from just for her meals?
Well, I was like, she's like, I would do a turn down earlier, and she's like, well, I'm not going to bed at such and such. I'm like, you know what? Then turn the dumb bed. All you gotta do is pull your sheets down. It's not a big deal.
Well, or just because it's happened doesn't mean you have to go to bed right then.
I know. It's just they've just prepared it and put the candy on it is pretty much what it is, right? I mean, they pull it,
Yeah.
So, but I was just like, if you're not going to go to bed till midnight, I'm not going to wait and like expect somebody to get up in the middle of the night to like pull my blankets down. I was like, that's just a little much.
Very much, yeah.
And the fact she had to walk in the cold. You do know where you're at, right? I mean,
right?
It's cold.
I also love that Cookie mentioned the book club reading 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. Well played, Julianne Lindsay. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. I get emotionally invested in these characters, so I feel my way through the story with them, especially those tense, dangerous scenes. I know. And I'm like, oh, her suspense writing is showing through right here.
Yeah.
Because,
which is like why I'm like, I really need to read one of her suspense because I've never read one of her romantic suspense, but I need to.
I haven't either. But particularly in book one, I feel like she
that barefoot running scene in whatever it was quite high stakes. It was high.
Yeah.
Like my feet were freezing. But you know what? She actually felt cold and it actually talked about her being cold and all that kind of stuff. But there are some times when I like read a book where they're in like that kind of situation. They don't even think about hypothermia or how the fact that they're cold and all that. And I'm like, this is not realistic. I don't care if there's a killer after me. I'm still going to be thinking how cold I am running around out in cold.
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess it depends on how high the stakes are. I mean, I'm going to know I'm cold, but I'm not going to be focused on it if there's somebody chasing me with plans to kill me. That's what I figure. I figure I'm more focused on getting away from the crazy killer.
But it's those moments when you're hiding or something
that
you're, that you're like, and stuff. And you're thinking, it's cold.
Right. I want to go not to participate in the snowball roll. I actually want to participate in the
Yeah, I
snowball
think it would be
roll.
fun to participate in.
That reindeer game sounds like so much fun, especially because when the first year that she did it with Evan,
Yeah.
and he was like, he's like, is this why the EMS was here? And she's like, well, of course. I mean, it was just like, yeah, because people skid, and I'm like, oh my goodness, what is going on?
Yeah,
But
you're going downhill trying to roll this ball, and you get ahead of your ball, or you do whatever, and you fly it out. I think it would be fun to watch, but I think it would be fun to try to roll, see how far I got before I splatted. I think.
Yeah. Oh, it was a really great, and there maybe her romance writing was showing through because it was the way he set up the whole thing, especially because I don't feel like Evan is normally that kind of character.
Yeah.
I feel like he normally is very kind of
he doesn't know how to express
guy, but he's not normally very emotional, doesn't show that kind of feeling and emotion and stuff. So I thought that was brilliant, and it made me feel like he may not always come across like he's listening or paying attention, but he clearly is and cares about what she cares about and wants, so I thought it was I
like how he
great.
He used everybody because it's a small town.
Yep.
And like everybody knew what was going on or whatever it is, because it is such a small knit community and everybody's invested in everything else. So
well, and he had like barricades set up for I was great. I thought it was fantastic. The threat showing up and the frost on the windshield was frightening.
It was pretty cool. Yeah,
it was just a different way because I feel like we see a lot of the same. I
was always getting a threat, and so that was a different way of having it done.
Yeah, because you always see the main character being told back off.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Julianne mentioned this in her live. Like, there's not a whole lot of creative ways to do that always, and so I thought that was really creative and creepy.
Yes,
it was creepy. I get invested in the character too, Cav, and if Hallmark ever decides to include a Christmas cozy mystery series in the holiday movie lineup, this should be the first series. I agree.
Yes.
I absolutely agree. I would love to see this series come to a movie form. Just because of all the whimsy of the Christmas tree farm and the cafe as a gingerbread, the way it's described with, I would love it. I would love it.
There's so many fun things that like something like Hallmark or whatever could do to bring it to life and stuff, I think.
Oh, see, I'm not very coordinated, so I'd wind up in a snowball or something. Oh, me. Oh, I'm not coordinated. Oh no,
I would probably tumble head over.
In disaster. I would, I would know this going in, so I would have knee pads, elbow pads, face pads.
Pretty sure my snowball will end up running into somebody else's snowball.
Yeah.
There will be a collision.
I would be like wrapped up like the little boy in Christmas tree or Christmas Story where I can't. That's how like much padding I'd have on. Yeah,
we would be rolling her down the.
Yes, but I bet I could build a big snowball with all that. Maybe if I can move my arms. I agree. As long as they don't stray from the story and mess with our beloved characters like they do sometimes with movie adaptations of books. Yes. I know.
And we all wouldn't like who they picked because that nobody ever likes who they picked, but it'd still be.
Well, you get a picture in your mind and then it's hard to, see it differently. Oh, agree. The ending was so sweet and so perfect. I love that everyone was involved too. Absolutely. I would love this tree farm. Let's see the tree farm setting on TV. Me too. I think it'd make a great Hallmark movie. Regina's sad. Oh, did everybody see? I'm going over to my grandmother's. Whatever it's called,
DVR.
TVR, whatever. Um, uh, what is the movie? Music and G Mate. The new one that's by Alexia
I
Gordon.
haven't seen it. No.
I can't wait to watch it. I'm gonna go over and watch it with her.
Is it like Murder in G Minor or something like
yes, or G Major or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait because I really like that series.
Yeah, I haven't read the series.
So
I'll watch it and be like, oh, it doesn't bother me, where you'll be like, that's not the way the character's supposed to be.
I'm actually really excited about I really loved Sister when I was younger.
I was gonna say who's playing the main character.
It's one of the twin girls, Tia or
Tamara, is that it?
Tamara and Tia Mowry, or more something like that. And I don't know which sister it is, but I loved Sister when I was a kid. And so I liked them, both of them. So I just wonder if anybody saw it because there's a ghost. And so I don't know how they did the ghost and if they did it where it makes sense. That's hard to pull off, I think.
Yeah, that would be hard to pull off.
We'll see.
I haven't kept up with Hallmark like I used to. I haven't been on it. I've just had my Murder, She Wrote on.
Yeah. I have been using I've been checking out from Hoopla the Hallmark Binge Pass.
Oh yeah.
Because it's 1 credit for 7 days. And I've been watching When Calls the Heart because I'd never seen that show. I really like it.
I was a huge fan of that until the love triangle, and then
I don't know about any love triangle.
It's way down the road, so don't worry.
Who's in a love triangle?
You'll just have to watch it and find out.
Who's in a love triangle?
You have to watch it and find out.
It better not be
You just have to watch it and find out. Are you still on season 1?
No, I'm on season 3. It better not be Elizabeth and Thornton. I can't think of his name. The constable.
Jack.
Yeah. It better not be.
I can't say anything about that. But no, this is like down on like season 8 or 7. I mean, it's
well, I really, really like it. I grew up really liking like Little House and like all those kind of shows.
I loved it. I got aggravated because that's why I don't like love triangles, because the one that I always like is not going to get picked, and then I'm going to be mad. And I tried watching it after that, and I was just so mad. So I was like, I don't like it.
I am really scared now.
Yeah, you'll just have to. You're going to come back yelling because I'm not going to tell you something that's happening that's probably getting close to happening. But.
Oh, man. I don't remember if I read that. Cav, they will, but it would still be great to see it on the small screen.
Mm-hmm.
It would be fun to do a reader's retreat in the winter with our own reindeer games, lots of reading time by Roaring Fire, and maybe some therapeutic goat bonding or goat yoga, or both, of course, because goat yoga is a really popular thing. I don't know that I get it. I mean, I understand what it is. I just don't know. I don't know. I mean,
goats are cute, but I'm not really quite sure what it has to do with yoga.
No, they're really cute. And, I mean, I guess maybe any goats make anything more fun because of their adorableness.
Maybe.
But anyways, I watched that music one on TV the other night and really enjoyed it. I've never read the book, so I can't compare the two. Oh, good, Jen, because I'm really excited about Murder in G Major. I think that's what it is. I think it's G Major. I saw it last Friday knowing it was based on the book and it was a Hallmark. I felt they could have done a better job. Ooh, we'll have to see. I'm going to watch it with my grandmother this weekend. So I really liked the movie. Okay. Murder in G Major. Good. I thought the ghost was well done. Oh, when the ghost said, "You're literally standing in a triangle," I just rolled. I that series on as a book series, it's probably one that needs to go in the Hidden Gem series because it is actually really good. I really, really enjoy it. Set in Ireland, it's pretty good. I mean, it's just good. Love triangles are the worst. I stopped watching it around that time as well. Oh, you guys are scaring me because I'm really enjoying it. I mean, I'm really, really enjoying it. Oh no. Question: did anyone else know the name of the Christmas tree farm was called Reindeer? I won't even admit when I figured this out. I did not. I didn't know it was called Reindeer Christmas Tree Farm.
Yeah, the Reindeer Games is like the name of the Christmas tree farm. I thought that's what it was, or reindeer, something like that.
I mean, I knew Reindeer Games, of course, but and I think the inn. I think the name of the inn never mentioned.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know if I remember.
Yeah, I don't think that there's a name ever mentioned, but
I also like that Chris was still involved in this one too.
Do you think he's Santa?
I do.
Does anybody else think Chris is Santa? Regina,
he delivers packages.
I mean, did they just leave details out, or did they change the story for the movie?
Oh, the G major, whatever.
Oh, okay.
I think
Okay.
is what he's talking about.
What is this? Okay. Sorry, mail. Cajun said, yes, Chris is Santa. I know, I think so too. I think so too. Oh, Jen says, I have no doubt that Chris is Santa.
Mm-hmm.
I think so. Yes, Chris is the proof for all those naysayers. I agree. Open this up and see what it is. My tickets are over there, so it can't be that. Alicia said, yes, of course he is Santa.
Virginia. It was like
Virginia.
Santa Claus.
I
liked how everybody rallied around to wrap up the presents too.
Yes, and it was interesting. It was Libby that was like really excited about it, and it was surprising because I mean Libby fits into the town really well, don't get me wrong, and I really, really like her, but she seems more like she wouldn't be into that sort of thing. So when she was so excited about the Christmas tree or the wrapping, it was kind of fun to see her like, excited about something like that, because I don't feel like she normally has that kind of personality.
Okay, so don't you think that even though I'm not big on novellas, unless because I haven't read the new one, so I don't know what's going on in it, but unless it's discussed in that particular one, we need a novella where she goes back to Boston to, and Evan and Holly go with her, and then they have like some kind of mystery that they have to solve while they're there.
Well, or even the mystery is us getting the reveal of Libby's story more in detail. I think that would be a great novella, because I feel like the distance between number 4 and number 5 is quite a bit, like she was talking about, and she was worried about how much time was in between. So I think Cajun and somebody else mentioned a novella, which I think is a brilliant idea, and I think that would be a good one. Or more about I don't know. I think that would probably be the best, because I really want to know Libby's backstory more, and so I think that would be a really good novella.
And what do you think about Libby and Ray?
I like them together. I'm just glad
they
found somebody.
How Evan's like kind of like because that's his
I know.
sister.
Well, it's the same as like Ray's mom, and how Ray felt about that is how Evan feels about Ray with his sister.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I really like Ray and Libby. I hope it works out because
I think they're cute, yeah. And the fact that Libby wants to stay in Mistletoe, so
yeah, which and Ray brings a lot of that. I mean, also,
yeah, I was
her
gonna say, and
brother's
I think
there and stuff, but I mean,
yeah,
I feel like Ray, has contributed a lot to that. But um yeah, I do. I like them together. Um Occasion they left out a lot of the details and changed the story. The movie is a lot more cozy than the books. Oh, interesting. Interesting. How many books in the series have you read? I've read 1 and 2 for sure. I can't remember if I read 3 yet.
how many are there?
I think there's 5. But I could be wrong. Okay, good boy, buddy. Yes, Chris is Santa, no doubt. Okay, I'm glad everybody's in agreement. We're gonna have one Grinch that says Chris isn't Santa. Just kidding. Oh, that's interesting at Regina that the movie is more cozy. Is the movie you're talking about based on a cozy mystery? Yes, yes, it is set in Ireland. Yep. Gethsemane. It's the Gethsemane Brown series. I like it. I don't
Is
know.
that where she's like a cellist or something like that?
She's a classical musician. I don't remember what she plays, but in the first book she wants an orchestra position, like the
Conductor.
conductor, and I don't remember how it doesn't happen. I don't remember if something, but she ends up taking a job instead at a boys' school teaching music. And the school is set in Ireland, and it is really good, fantastic. I don't know when Holly sleeps between making jewelry, running the inn, sleuthing. Yes, 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 yes. I agree. The jewelry sounds really cute too. It's
Yeah.
melted glass made into like candy,
Yeah.
or like can't like look like candy.
Candy shapes or whatever.
That's a great novella idea and must include Cookie and Theodore in Boston. Oh my gosh, that would be hilarious.
Like
No ghosts allowed
the
in the
whole tribe
courtroom.
goes to Boston. Like everybody goes. You got Ray. You got
I can see the judge being like, "Miss, there is no goats allowed in the courtroom. He's not that kind of goat, sir.
Yeah.
He's well behaved. He's wearing a suit, for goodness sakes."
Yeah.
I want to know Libby is, I know, out of danger. I agree. I really do want the backstory. And I agree. I want to know that it's wrapped up, especially because the third book is scary in the sense of you don't really know what Libby's running from. And then you get what happened to
Yeah.
in the third book. And I'm like, is there some sort of like, I don't know. It makes me nervous. I don't want to give anything away to people who haven't read it, but the killer in this one was running away from something that was bringing them danger. And so with Libby running away from danger, you're like, oh my gosh, is this trying to like parallel each other? Because that would not be good.
Yeah, a part of me kind of felt bad for like the killer because he was just trying to be protective and everything. But I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I do get his motive, but there's other ways to go about than offing them. I mean, I want to know. Oh, that's one I just read. Will there be a wedding in this fourth book? She asked. Hopefully. I mean,
I'm gonna say there should be because each book is like a year in between, so that means they've been engaged for a whole year. So
yeah, I kind of hope there's a wedding in this book, but I feel like if there was a wedding in this book, it would be like somehow incorporated in the title or cover.
I don't know, since she uses Christmas songs.
True.
If you can fit that into one.
True. I mean, I don't know. But I just feel I don't know. I hope so. I really hope. I agree, Kev. And like Storm said, there's enough time in between that we can believe that she's planned it, and that it's here. But we shall see. We shall see.
I guess it depends on if the whole Nutcracker thing gets in the way.
Agree. Happenings in book 3 made me worry about Libby. I thought there might be a connection for a bit.
Oh, with the dude with the gun, I was like, oh no, they found her, you know?
Yes. Yes. I thought the exact same thing. Did anybody else think that? That's a great point, Storm. Did anybody else think that they were after Libby? Or they might have been there for Libby? Because I immediately was like, my breath kind of caught. I was like, oh my gosh.
And Cookie thinks she's got a stalker.
Right?
Somebody's watching me.
And Cookies, I know we were talking about her earlier, but just her spirit, like, she's a suspect, and Holly makes a comment like, you'd think Cookie would be at home, like, really depressed, and here she is, out and about with Theodore, and I'm like, oh, I just love her so much. I just love her.
And I think she even kind of knew she was going to be a suspect and makes fun of herself for being a suspect, because she's like, and here I am, the old lady that picks up the Nutcracker with me.
Right? She's like walking around with the murder weapon. Yeah.
Murder weapon in my hand.
And I think she says it like immediately, because they find him. Because when they find the him, not her, her, not him. When they do, Evan says immediately, blunt force trauma.
And she's like, oh, crud.
And she's like, crud. Like, she knows immediately. She's like,
yeah, she's like, because you look at her, she's got blood on her gloves, right? So she's like, oh.
You thought so too? I did too. I totally did too. And talk about feeling maybe like when you really feel like you're emotionally invested to the character, because I did feel like a whoosh of breath, like, oh my gosh, something's gonna happen to Libby. So you do get attached. Yeah, I thought it was Libby's location was going to be revealed with that skulking guy. I mean, y'all make me want to pull book 3 off my shelf and read it right now.
Yay, you should do it. It's right.
You should do it. The 4th book comes out the 17th. The 17th. I was trying to see if she says anything, if there's going to be it says that I have more than a few secrets. I've seen if there's anything talk about the wedding.
Yeah, I haven't even looked at what the book is about.
I haven't either. No, I know there's a Nutcracker and that I'm the lead ballerina, but she says Holly discovers that Tiffany had more than a few secrets. She finds out that the star of the show had a super fan that no one knows about. An understudy, Tiffany secretly was seeing somebody romantically, but there seems to be more than one rat in this company. Dun dun dun! I cannot wait. Oh my gosh!
Because it's like it's like, oh, it's Christmas Tree Farm. Click on NetGalley or whatever it is. I don't even have to know what it's about. And it's weird. I was doing today I was doing my anticipated reads for like the 4th quarter. And I was talking about stalking around Christmas tree. And I had it down for October 24th. But then I looked and it says the 17th. And so I'm like, how did I get the 24th out of 17th? Did it get bumped up? And because I had wrote these down before. And I was like, so now I'm going to have to, edit a 17. Whatever I say, 24.
Yeah. And maybe it did. It might have. It was almost anticlimactic when Evan got the call that Libby's stalker had been caught. I felt more relief than, I mean, I get what you're saying, but I was just more relieved. but I don't feel like it's over. So I guess maybe that's why I also didn't feel like it was anticlimactic, because I feel like there's so much that has to happen with a trial and other stuff, and who knows what's going to happen in between there that I don't know.
That's
that
why I said I don't know what's mentioned in the fourth book since we haven't read it yet. So I mean, there could be a wrap up with that in the book that she wouldn't need a novella, but if she doesn't, then the novella would be fun.
Yeah. But she still has to testify. Yeah, and could be in more danger. I am waiting for everyone else, but now I feel like
we can start now.
We can start it now, because if we're not going to discuss it, I was waiting because I thought we were going to discuss it, but now we're thinking we might not discuss it. I'm going to start reading it tonight.
And I have so many books that I need to read in October anyway, so I need a head start.
Yeah, I might start it tonight because it's on net. I have it, and I've been
read it with my eyeballs.
Yep. Oh my gosh. Is everybody that was in the chat, I know Lou is talking about getting the third one out. Is everybody else caught up and ready for the fourth book? And in the chat, has anybody read the fourth book? I know a few people have, because I think it was Jane. Jane was telling me that she figured out my killer. I was like, yes. Pretty sure it was Jane. I probably won't. I hope I do, but I probably won't. Let's just be honest. Or realistic, I guess. So yeah, has anybody read it?
I'm curious what you've done to make somebody so mad.
I know. I guess apparently I have a bunch of secrets according to the synopsis. Ready for book 4, but haven't yet read it yet. Caught up.
You have a couple of secrets, so that means that there's a good chance of having, a few people that we're going to be suspecting or whatever it is.
Yeah. Yep. I've read.
A part of me wants to wait for the audio to be released too.
Is the audio come out the 24th?
I don't know. I'm hoping that. Well, Cav, you've got Audible, so does it have a pre-release date?
I haven't. Hold on, let me look.
October 17th, because some books do get audio released the same time, and then some don't. Because like the new Lynn Cahoon book, it's just coming out in November, but the book's been out for a while. I've been waiting for the audiobook because I always listen to the Tourist Trap and everything. So I've been waiting for the new one to come out.
Release date, October 17th.
Yeah, for Audible. Yeah.
For Audible.
So maybe Hoopla will get it at the same time.
Maybe.
Because I don't have Audible.
I only have 2 credits left on Audible, so I'm trying to.
Yeah, but by October you'll have more again, right?
No. I do the plan where I get so many a year.
Oh, okay.
And I got 24 for this year, and I'm down to 2.
You only got 2 left. But you can buy some, can't you? Do they have like buy one get, or whatever, or buy 3?
Yes, but I feel like I already bought enough, and between Hoopla and everything else, I don't need any more books. So the problem is like Ellie Alexander, you can only find on Audible.
Save it for those kind of things.
The Reese Bowen are Audible exclusives. The Royal Spinus are most of those are Audible exclusive. There's a couple other series I know are Audible exclusive, so I'm trying to like use it for those. But then it's like really So.
Audible exclusive makes me just as aggravated as when I watch a commercial for something and it says it's on Apple Plus or Apple TV or whatever, and it's like, I don't have that. Why are you advertising this? Because I can't watch it.
or Audible exclusive. To me, I agree with you. Audible exclusive annoys me just as much as like when something's on Hulu, but then it'll say only Live Plus subscription.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I have a subscription to Hulu, but only if I bump it up can I watch this. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, that's
it's like Paramount. I had the Paramount for a little bit, but we weren't really watching it, so I knocked it back down to I just got the free or whatever. But you'd be watching it or you'd be looking at the video, and you think, oh, that one looks good, but it's like, oh no, because it has like the little P or little something that means that you have to have the subscription for it or whatever. And I'm like, why do you do that? You should take those off. If it's the people that are watching it free should only get to see the free content. That way we don't get excited when we see something and then we realize that no, we can't watch it.
Does Paramount Plus have a free portion?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Because I think I had a subscription and I dropped it. And
then they also have like, if it's on Showtime, because they have like a package or whatever with Showtime, it would have like the little S or whatever. And it's like, really?
I just didn't even know they had a free because we dropped Paramount Plus.
Yeah, you just don't get that much. So, but Dad liked it because he liked watching Hawaii Five-O and stuff like that. And it's like Peacock with their free stuff. I was so aggravated because I like downgraded back to free, and then they put Murder She Wrote in the package where you had to buy it. And I was like, "Are you kidding me?" Because before it was free, I upgraded just so I could watch some things, but I knocked it back down, and then I couldn't get Murder She Wrote, so I found it on Freevee.
I was about to tell you it was on Freevee.
They only have 6 of the seasons on Freevee, but it's still better than nothing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Midsommar Murders is on Freevee. There's like 20. I think there's 22 seasons, but like 20 of them are on. So I've been watching Midsommar Murders again because it's been a while since I watched it.
Yeah, Well, I liked Paramount Plus a lot. We got rid of it because it always seemed to be having problems, and so I was annoyed by constantly having problems because half the time when I wanted to watch it, it wouldn't let me for some reason or another. It could be a different reason every time, and I'm like, I can't even watch it half the time I want. So
I thought Dad would watch it more than he did, and he just didn't. And I'm like, I'm not paying $5.99.
I actually thought they had great content on Paramount Plus. For
they do. He just never watched it.
I thought they had some of the better content because I like they had all the old Nickelodeon shows that I watched like when I was a kid, like the old Nickelodeon shows. I don't know if did you watch Nickelodeon when you were a kid?
No.
Oh, because they have a lot of those shows on there. And then they had, I don't know. I thought Paramount Plus had some of the better content, but it never worked for me. And I was like, why am I paying for this? It doesn't work. I just got rid of it.
Yeah. And I'm just like, I think Freevee has a lot of stuff. You have to watch the ads. It doesn't really bother me. So
it doesn't bother me either. I actually like to read during the ads.
Yeah, I was like, you can just read. And
hi, Bianca. We are wrapping up. We're actually kind of past the
But what did you think of the third book if you read it? Because I'm pretty sure you probably read it. So
did you read the third book? Did you e-read, physical, or audio? And was it a reread for you?
And is Cookie your favorite character?
Yeah, right? Do you want a Theodore calendar? We're taking notes so that we can.
Want a Theodore calendar, yes.
They want to entice you to get the subscription. That's why they showed them. Yep. Well, I think that's a good point, Cajun. I buy Audible credits in the middle of the month. It's cheaper than buying a physical book here in Canada. And I don't have Hoopla. I might have over 700 Audible books in my library. Well, that makes sense. Especially if it's cheaper.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that makes total sense. I felt it ended with a slight cliffhanger. Okay. Maybe I stopped. It was a reread for me, and maybe I stopped. I pretty much stopped it right after the proposal. Did I miss something?
I read the whole thing, but I don't remember.
I did too, but I thought I think the proposal was within the last.
I know I was going to say something about the proposal. Did anybody think that was awfully quick? Like, I felt like she wasn't even sure if they were boyfriend and girlfriend, and then he proposes to her at the end of the book.
100%.
So I felt like it was probably because Julianne Lindsay didn't think she was going to get another book, so she was trying to get that in there at the end or something.
Because at the beginning of the book, she, they've never had like a really defined relationship to me.
That's why I was like.
And then at the beginning of the book, she does say that Libby, like she's telling the reader, Libby is, my sheriff boyfriend's sister or whatever. And I was like, oh, she classified him as her boyfriend. That's a good start. But then like there are points where like she doesn't even know if they're going out or dating or what's happening. I totally agree.
Okay, so I was like, I'm not the only one because I was like,
nope. I don't know if you can hear my husband, but he's but that includes a lot of Audible Plus books as well. She says trying to just no, you don't need to justify it at all. I totally get it. Ooh, loved book 3. Yes. E-reader and audio. Love Cookie. And I adore a Theo calendar. The ending got me. Yeah. Regina, so the proposal was in like the last like 10 minutes of the book, but I think I cut it off like right after the proposal, so maybe I missed like the very
because they had like a hope of some stuff that happened after that, but I don't remember what it was.
I think I got to the proposal and was just so over like, oh, that I was like, okay, that's the end of the book and stopped because there was only like 2 minutes left, and so I don't know. I'm waiting on my pre-order. Nice. Proposal was the ending. Yes, Storm. They're talking about feeling like it was out of the blue. And I think you're right. I think she did it because she did not know at that time whatsoever that there was going to be a 4th book. And so I think she wanted to, wrap it up with him proposing.
Because there was quite a bit of time between book 2 and book 3. So she's probably like, oh, I better get them, don't want people to be mad because it doesn't get settled.
I was a little shocked by being an actual proposal. I do like them together, so I just went with it. Yeah, I like them together, but I 100% agree, especially because she's literally like contemplating whether they're together. And then I'm like, oh, I don't know. But yeah, I like them together. Yeah, kind of just went with it. I agree. Agree, Storm. He's proposing in earlier. She wasn't quite sure they were a couple. Yeah.
That's what I thought.
But they have been dating for over a year, and they've known each other for 2 years by then. So no, not fast at all. Those near-death experiences are emotion defining. I agree that they've known each other a long time, but
she was not sure
whether you're even a couple or not.
Yeah.
The proposal seems like, are they to that part of a relationship yet?
Yeah, because like book 2 was from 2018, and then book 3 is 2021. So, like, she probably like, ooh, I better do something because they're letting me write another book, And I'm glad everybody rallied around and got, because I was so like not wanting it to get cut off yet. And now she's going to make even another book, so that's exciting. That she'll have like a book 5.
Yes. Yeah,
and I don't care if it's going to be a long time coming, as long as I know it's coming.
I know some of the authors, when we talk about doing another book, they're like, oh, it's just been too much time in between. I'm like, no, if the people that love this series will come back to it, I promise. Because anytime I see a revival for a series I really liked, I am thrilled.
Unless it's like a series that has like 30 books, most people will reread to get to that next book or whatever it is, because if it's been like 5 years, a lot of people would, and there's like 8 books in the series, a lot of people would probably reread those,
or at least skim the books before it to be ready,
or whatever, to refresh their memory if it's a series that they really, really like. Just like with this one, I mean, it's like, refreshing our memory on all of the stuff that's going on. So we're going to be right ready for, number 4.
I desperately wanted at least a book 4.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. And now we have it. My murder. So excited. I cannot wait. I don't think anybody here said that they've already read it. Cav said, I guess I'm overly romantic because I thought it might have been a surprise wedding, not just a proposal. Oh, because everybody was there and stuff. That would, I mean, if she really wanted to speed things along, Cav, she could have had a surprise, and then she could have had Santa be the official. I don't know. I feel like Santa should be able to marry people.
Yeah.
Should have the authority to marry people. I don't know that Santa really does have the authority to marry people, but I feel like he should. I was so giddy when I found out a new crochet mystery was coming out this week. The last one came out in 2019. I want to say several years anyway. Yeah, exactly. If you love a series that comes back, you are thrilled. I agree. Sonia, she says, hello, friends. Big hugs from Northern Michigan. She is on vacation, enjoying the beautiful Northern Michigan. And I've seen some pictures, and it is beautiful. Really beautiful. Amazing. It's so good to see you. She says I have. I don't remember what I asked her. Just really wanted. Maybe she's already read the first one. She's saying I have. I'm not sure. Bianca, I don't remember what I asked you. I'm sorry.
Have you read book 4?
Is that what I asked?
Is that what that means? Is that what that means? Because nobody else had read it, but she came in late, so we hadn't asked probably when she was.
Well, thank you for stopping in. I hope you have a great rest of your trip. She's getting ready to, I think, head to Mackinac Island, where the Fudge Shop series, well, it's not called the Fudge Shop series, but you know what I mean. The Candy Coated series by Nancy Coco takes place. Read the next one? Oh, she did. Bianca.
Did you guess who was the killer?
Yes. Did you figure out who killed me? Was I a horrible person? Ooh.
We haven't read it yet, so we don't know.
Oh, it's yeah, because cozy murder victims usually always kind of,
you pretty much always know that that's the person that's going to get murdered.
Yeah, because of their behaviors, because they're evil, and I'm like, oh no, I don't. The reason I didn't want to be I
bet you're a diva because you're, the sugar plum.
Oh well, I can be a diva.
So those divas get knocked
off.
What did he say?
He's joking. He's like over there. He goes under his breath. He goes, "Yes, you can." Whoa. The autumn colors are popping here at you are at Mackinac Island. Mackinac Island is tomorrow. Yes, okay, but I had the fudge today. Oh my goodness, that is awesome. What kind of fudge did you have? I don't know. That sounds delicious. I got stuff, y'all. LOL, I had my suspicions, and I knew halfway through. I was excited when who did it was revealed. Excellent. Excellent. Was I a diva? Don't you say anything. I'm not scared. All right, everyone. Does anybody have any? So how does everybody feel? Do you want to discuss it next month? On the 25th, Julianne will be with us. Do we want to discuss the book, or do we want to just celebrate the release? My murder.
I'm going to try to have it read by the 25th, just in case. But yeah, I don't know. It's up to everybody else. It's like
I'm going to start it tonight. Not going to lie. Now that I realize that we might not discuss it, then I can, read it whenever. LOL. In South Texas, it's still in the 90s to 100s, and only color here is burnt grass. Oh, Bianca, I'm sorry.
I may
I
wait until the 17th and see if Hoopla gets the audiobook. And if they don't, then I'll probably start to read. Because then I'll be like, well, now I got to figure out what's going on.
well, and yeah, I can feel you, Bianca, on the at least in temps because I'm in Florida and yeah, same.
We
Now
had
I
a
want
lot of burnt
fudge.
grass. We had a lot of burnt grass here until it rained the other day.
We need rain. Yes, Lou, especially like because it's like the good homemade fudge that she's talking about. So she's not talking about like you go to the grocery store at random whatever and get some fudge. She's talking about like a fudge shop, like the good stuff. I had a fudge dipped handmade waffle cone with Mac Island fudge ripple ice cream. Oh, fudge dipped handmade waffle cone.
Cajun cracks me up.
Delicious. That sounds delicious.
It does sound really good.
Either way is fine with me. Got
Making
it. Either way is fine with me, but I'm struggling to read Christmas with all this fall vibe.
But you'll be back to where it's hot and everything, and you'll need some good Christmas stuff by the time,
Oh my gosh. I had a fudge dipped hand period and thought you what now?
Yeah, so I said Cajun cracks me up.
Cajun, I told this story to my husband about when you said you were on, I don't know, some type of medicine and you bit your cat. That might be one of the funniest stories I've heard in a long time. I was trying to tell my husband, he's like, what now? And I was like, I don't know. She was on some medicine. He's like,
Like, what kind of medicine? Because we need some.
with the A here and sitting in front of a bonfire. That sounds amazing. That sounds amazing. Let's just say Sonia packed her fat pants. I don't blame you.
Yeah.
Shh. I'm never going back, Storm, to that hot weather.
Yeah.
LOL, I read that also. Oh, you read the hand dipped?
Yeah.
That's funny. Cajun, I stopped eating hands. It's not Weight Watcher. Oh gosh. Oh, y'all are killing me. That was some medicine, right? I know. I agree. All right, everyone. So, tomorrow, I think PK has sprints on Thursdays, right?
Yeah, I think so.
And Sarah may do sprints on Friday. I think it depended on how she was feeling and like.
Well, I think Rose said she was doing all day sprints, so I don't know if
okay,
gonna be doing them now.
Okay, so I'm not sure. Don't quote me. It might be Ro doing sprints all day because it was like 12 to 8 like for Ro. I didn't think that was Friday, so I'm sorry. So for Ro is 12 to 8. Okay, and then that's Eastern time that I know of, and then Saturday is, and then right, and then Sunday is the Killing Time with Cozies. It's a scavenger hunt pick. It is 2 words in the title that have the same letter.
Yes. They don't have to be back to back or anything like that. Like you said, do or die.
Walking around the Christmas tree.
Doesn't
tree.
Doesn't work.
No. It was pain pills when I broke my wrist. And in my defense, he was wafting his tail in my face, Kevin.
And it doesn't have to be a cozy mystery. So if you're reading something spooky, you can do it too.
Oh my God. I know. I found a ton of Stormy books. Look for a package. I want to know what kind of med that was. Right, Sonia? Right? There are so many sprints now. Yes, there are so many sprints. So if you want to get reading in, PK Row, I think her new channel is called TBR Tackle.
TBR Tackle, yeah.
TBR Tackle. And then yeah, and then I sometimes just will put in like reading sprints live and just to get reading done and pull up anybody.
Nicole from the book, a Dusty Book Sniffer, has her lives tomorrow too. So.
Oh yeah, okay. What do you know? What time hers are?
I think they start at like 6. I don't know if that's Eastern.
I feel like her times never work for me for some reason.
She goes for a long time, so like usually she does a lot of 8-hour ones or something. So I think she either starts at 5 or 6 and goes through like I always have to say night to her at about 10 o'clock because I'm out.
Okay. I'll have to look because I need to get to some of her sprints.
Okay. Her Sundays probably don't match up with us because she's usually on the same time we are. It kind of crosses because I usually go from ours to hers because she's already on.
Okay.
That might be maybe when you're like.
I love all the sprints. I do too. Sonia says, hi, great to see you. You too. Enjoy the vacation. I think 7 p.m. Eastern for Nicole from the Dusty Book Sniffer. Book Sniffer. I cannot speak today. Someone do YouTuber shout out that focuses on cozies and middle grade.
I do a lot of middle grade, but I'm hit or miss on cozies.
I do a lot of cozies. I'm sorry. I was trying to think if you were asking for someone or if you were talking about somebody specific.
Well, I figured she was wanting you to shout out somebody who focuses on cozies in middle grade. That's why I was like, I don't know. I feel like most people that do middle grade, they do like a whole bunch of other. I don't know if there's any just focus.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of great channels that do like because I need more channels to watch. Gotcha.
Yeah. I have. Do you do spooky middle grade? Because I have my readathon next month called Halloween, and it's about reading middle grade spookies. So.
And even if you don't read a lot of spooky stuff, you can watch her Scaredy Cat recommendation video, which is where I'm gonna be. And there you go.
Have you watched the video yet, or?
I haven't. It's in my to be watched later. Maybe I'll, instead of starting the new book, the new Christmas tree, I'll catch up on some YouTube videos because I really want to check out the books I'm going to read for Halloween because it's September 27th. So I'm thinking that maybe I'll do that. I'm so excited to find some.
I was surprised at how much feedback I got from that video because everybody's like, I'm so glad. And I was like, oh, okay. Like,
oh, see, look. But so Storm reads a lot of everything. I definitely mainly only read cozies. That's kind of, I read some romance, but I don't do a lot of videos on romance. So basically
which you should because I miss her romance videos.
Well, I want to do more romance videos, but like my reading anyways is like 80% cozies. Well, 85%. Maybe 90% cozies and 10% romance. So then it's hard to,
Well, you need to put more 15% romance.
I love the cozies though. I love them.
See, I think I burnt myself out a little bit on cozies, so I don't read as much as I used to.
I mean, do you already watch like for cozy channels? Because I don't necessarily I'm sure you watch, but like Cortagonist has a great cozy channel. Intentionally Bookish, which is Spencer, she has an amazing cozy channel. I'm sure you probably already know of those. I don't plan to read it till December. Gotcha.
And the channels that used to do a lot of middle grade, I feel like he doesn't do a lot of middle grade anymore because Gavin from
How to Train Your Gavin.
How to Train Your Gavin, yeah. He used to do like a ton of middle grade, but I don't feel like he does it anymore. There's another one that does it, and I can't remember what her name is. I'd have to look it up. So. But she does all kinds of stuff, but she does a lot of middle grade. Oh, and there's the ladies that are doing a bookathon, which is another middle grade spooky middle grade readathon. It's like for a week during October, and gabbing about books is part of that. But
Tina, that's on sometime. Her last name is spelled Simeone. She has a new channel and she's doing cozy mysteries. And then also there is Courtney from Ravenclaw Reads, and she reads a bunch of stuff, but she definitely reads cozies. And I think she reads some middle grade, doesn't she?
Yeah.
And that's her first name is Courtney, and that is Ravenclaw Reads. They might be good ones to look into. Thank you. Thank you. I fell down a rabbit hole of dark romance and sci-fi, but I don't really read. I watch channels of I watch some book channels faithfully of they read genres I will never read, but I just love their videos for whatever reason, or I think they're captivating or engaging or something. I'm the same way. I can fall down a rabbit hole and do the same thing. What's funny is when I first found this group, I read only cozies, and now I so love my UK chick lit books. Yes.
We got her to branch out into romance.
I love it. I watched those 3.
Oh, I can't find it. Darn.
Does Books with Jam read middle grade?
Oh, Books and Jam. Yeah, she reads middle grade because they do the middle grade March.
That's what I thought. Books and Jam. She does middle grade. I was thinking she did. I have an eclectic taste in books, and I'm a mooder, so I can give so I can read different genres all the time. Oh yeah, Mitzi.
Oh yeah, she reads.
What is her channel though?
Is it Mitzi Reads and Writes, or
it's something along that line, but I can never remember the order of. She's got a lot of words. So I'm always like, when I
want somebody, I can't find them.
She hosts the monthly middle grade book club, Books and Jam. I thought so. Thank you, Angela.
Yeah, she does.
I just thought of her. I was like, oh yeah, Books and Jam. And then of course, even Elizabeth. Elizabeth from Lizzie Faye Loves, because she does all like the Newberry of like the kids and stuff, and so she does. Mitzi, it is Mitzi Reads and Writes. Okay, gotcha.
I thought so.
Ooh, there's a middle grade reader Discord I got from Books and Jam. Oh, that's cool. That might be something for you.
Oh yeah, and then there's this lady that's in the UK, but I can't remember. I'm in her middle grade Discord, but I can't remember what her Chatty the Mad Chatter, I think.
Oh. All right, everyone. So we will see you all later. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm glad you enjoyed the reread, the celebration / maybe book discussion. Will be October 25th. Julianne will be with us, and so she can answer any questions. I'm so excited about her being here because I think she is a hoot.
Yeah, she's good.
So thank you, Storm. Good night, everyone. Have a great night. Bye, everyone. Merry Christmas.